Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. As you can see, who's clearly late and who's not late. To be fair, Ty did say he was going to be jumping in around now in the next 5 minutes, but the person that's bailed on us twice in the past week is late. She will be here in a second. Should it be called Never a Foul or Never on Time? All of you that are complaining, yeah, you are every single one of you, yeah.
You ungrateful cunts.
Whoa. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Mo, thank you for the clip. Thank you for the clip. That was legendary. But we're going to be talking on obviously Newcastle and Liverpool with Kendall herself. Now, KONATE's injured. It's a big miss. And it's pretty much going to give this one some confidence. Oh my word. Oh, hi Kendall. Late,
Hi.
are we?
Yeah,
Hi.
sorry about that, everyone. I have been through to Newcastle already today.
Yeah, streaming with PremierLeague.com and all that stuff and
Yes.
yada. Yeah.
Indeed. Sorry.
But yeah, man, we're going to be talking on Newcastle and see how confident she is this week since she beat them in like 8 years. And then Chelsea, more injuries. Got 9 injuries, by the way. It's totally confirmed in the club. You know, that's what 964 million get you, is a decent squad. Oh, wait. No, they don't. They still need more. And obviously, Luke Shaw's out for Man United. And recently now, because of Straighty News, we are linked to Ryan Bertrand on a free. Do I believe it? We'll talk about it. Don't laugh, please, because I'm going to get hurt.
Sorry.
And I'm going to get very, very much rattled. Ryan fucking Bertrand. Are you?
What? It's 2013.
No, it's impossible. There's no way. There's just no way.
There is no way. Anyways, how are you doing, Kendall?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Very good, thank you. I'm feeling confident about the weekend. Doesn't say too much though, because whenever I'm confident, doesn't work out. So I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest.
Wow. So even with KONATE injured, look, you're playing this one down a little.
Oh, is KONATE injured as well now?
Oh, didn't you not hear? Yeah.
What?
You've got Joe Gomez there now.
Lovely.
What you saying, Mom?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
lovely.
I'm all right. I'm right. Ready to travel the world again in 6 hours. 6 hours,
wait.
I'll leave again.
What?
Where are you going this time, Mo?
I'm going again to France and...
He's going to link up with his new famous friend that he met there in Saint Tropez, the guy that plays the chicken shop guy in Breaking Bad.
Yes.
You know, he's going to link that guy.
Now?
Yeah, all good friends, buddies.
Kendall, so yesterday, we were on Husam's channel, and we're all predicting, like we're doing the prediction games, or like predicting Newcastle to win. And literally, Husam, this is what he says. This is like a prediction. He's like not a hopeful thing. And this is what he said. He's like, we'll smash Newcastle. And I wanted to like really get people's opinion. Does he believe that? Or
guaranteeing we whoop Newcastle's ass this Sunday. We will beat them 3-1. And their defense cannot handle this attack. Guaranteed we beat Newcastle. Guaranteed we beat Newcastle this Sunday. Guaranteed. Before we move on to the next game, let me get...
Well, actually, to be fair, he did actually say on Twitter that he deleted his tweet and now he says they're going to get smoked.
Serious?
Yeah, but I don't understand how that affects attack too much. I wouldn't say KONATE is the greatest ball playing defender ever, or anything like that. So why does that affect their attack too much? You've got your midfield and you've got your attack. All you got to do is leak goals. So why would you lose?
I think he just thinks, obviously, because like we haven't beaten Liverpool since 2015. I don't think, but I don't know what makes him think that they were going to smash us, because defensively we're better than them. Attack wise, I know their depth's better than ours, but like Isak and stuff, like absolutely fine. Isak and Wilson, great defense, good defense. Attack, Gordon, Barnes. I don't understand what he's thinking in his head to make him think that they're going to smash us. I don't really get that. And for me to be confident is like a bit of a shock, because I'm still not confident about anything. But yeah, I don't know what honestly makes him think they're going to smash us. I don't know. I think maybe just history talking there a little bit.
Mo,
I don't know why people don't take Newcastle seriously. I'm serious.
They
with that.
don't know. They don't.
Like yesterday on the top 6, I'm like, am I the only one who look at the numbers and look at Newcastle defense and think even Liverpool last year, they had to go to the 98th minute to win. You remember that game? And I was so pissed about that. I'm like, how is it 3 minutes of wasting in 5 minutes? It's impossible. That never happened.
At Anfield, they should never beat us at Anfield. At home, fair enough, but at Anfield, they should never beat us.
Why nobody takes the Newcastle? Is that because of Fabian Schär and Dan Burn? Is that the reason why nobody takes Newcastle seriously?
I just think it's because it's us.
Your back line, isn't your back line stronger than your attack? Yes, you were like the sixth.
Yeah, last year
in terms of going forward, but you were the second best defense in the league. But nobody takes that defense seriously. I don't know why.
Should we try to break it down a little bit then? Let's just try to dissect the whole Liverpool and what we've seen from Newcastle so far, since we like to be overreactionary on this channel. Newcastle went to Man City and they put on a very, very poor display, but that's away from home. This is now at St. James's Park. You know, we credit Aston Villa, you know, and for their win last week. But then the same team smashed them 5-1 at St. James's Park. In credit to Liverpool, they haven't lost there in 8 years. I mean, it's been a very, very long time since December, and I'm not too sure if that. I think that loss was at St. James's. I don't think it was at Anfield. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember. So, in that note, it's a bit of a bogey team for Newcastle. You know, even last year, I think there was a little bit of a twist through VAR and a disallowed goal through Isaac or something.
Yeah.
You know, Liverpool. You know. But then you look at their defense now with KONATE going into it, and now he's not there, which is a major blow for their backline, considering how on it Isaac and Wilson are at home, especially at St. James's. I would look at it like this looks like more of an advantage for Newcastle. Maybe it's a bit too harsh to judge them through 2, 3, 4, even 5 years ago compared to today. Obviously, last year was a bit of a different notice. So if we're going to break it down from that part, this would say Newcastle on paper should be battering them. Because if we go off what we saw against Chelsea, right, then they didn't get sniff in midfield. I don't know if Endo makes a big difference. You know, someone else can tell me that he does or he doesn't, but McAllister finally plays in the 8, you know, and he might control the midfield a little bit more since his red card's been rescinded. And then Szoboszlai's got you know, we've got to see what he can do. Can he kick on from last week? Had a very good game against Bournemouth. But then I wouldn't even say the Bournemouth performance was amazing. They just got it over the line. Luis Diaz is going to be definitely a threat, but how quick are they going to get up the pitch is another question. So yeah, but then you can have some same questions about Newcastle, perhaps. You know, are they a bit deflated from last week? It was against Man City at the end of the day. And you can't really judge every performance anyways in my books because it's only 2 games in. Liverpool could have a different outlook, could have a different style. They might see something that they haven't even seen since pre-season. Endo could be a bit of a rock. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I just think we should be going into this game. I said the first 4 fixtures, as long as we win our 2 home games, obviously Villa and then Liverpool, then I was happy because we've got Brighton away next, which is going to be another difficult game. So I said as long as we win those 2 games, then I'll be relatively happy with that. I don't think Endo makes much of a difference, but again, I haven't seen him that much as a player, so I don't know how much of a difference he's technically going to be. I just don't think he elevates that midfield to a level where no one can get the ball, or we won't, because our midfield's good enough as well. More than good enough. Joe Linton's fit as well, which was the only doubt, because he is back in training now. So Eddie Howe said he's fit. So we've got a full squad and Liverpool haven't. So technically, when you're looking at that, we should be the favourites to win on Sunday. But the problem is, as you've said, they're our bogey team. And I just don't know why. For some reason, we just cannot beat them. I don't know for what reason it is. We just can't. But the fact is actually optimism that we're going to win on Sunday, and I genuinely think that we will. So I don't know whether that's going to be the decider or not. We're at home, which I'm glad about. If we were at Anfield, I'd be a little less confident. Don't get us wrong, but we're at home, so if we just play like we did against Aston Villa, then we'll be okay.
So last season, Newcastle were actually the best defense in the league, joined with Man City.
Yeah.
They played Man City at the Etihad. Man City had 1 goal, good goal and everything, 1 XG. They were so poor going forward, very poor in midfield. but still defended well. But we know at St. James Park, if you defend well, you're going to get a goal or two against Liverpool. Liverpool defense is wide open.
Mhm.
Right? Is wide open. So that confidence in Liverpool's attack, are we saying that Liverpool's attack now are the best in the league? Is that what we're saying? If you tell me, if people sit here and tell me that Liverpool's attack is the best in the league now at the moment, without the protection in the midfield, I would disagree, because Jurgen Klopp is still trying things. Cody Gakpo in the 8, asking him to defend. Szoboszlai, he was very good the second game. The first game wasn't great. I would pick Newcastle. I wouldn't pick Liverpool for this game. Liverpool defense is going to be wide open. They are going to rely on them outscoring Newcastle. How can you outscore a team that has the best defense in the league? I don't know how. So I think I'll pick Newcastle for this game. Listen, Guimaraes, Tonali, João Linton, that midfield is too physical for that saucy Liverpool midfield. Liverpool's midfield is very technical. Trent, McAllister, Szoboszlai, they are technical. But looking at the physicality, does anybody here think that they can match them physically?
I don't think a lot of teams can match Newcastle physically as a midfield in the league, if I'm being totally honest. I'm trying to go through my... Someone remind me if anyone else physically matches them.
Yeah, maybe Crystal Palace with Lerma and the Corey, maybe. Is it? Maybe the only one that I can I'm thinking about, but I'm sure that Liverpool team will not be able to match them tackling, physically, outrun them. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a tough outfit, because I just don't know what really would hurt this Liverpool midfield. Is it physicality or is it technicality? Because if you talk about Chelsea, then you say technicality hurt them in the first game, and then you look at their second game and they just had a Bournemouth with Billing, Christie and somebody else. Whether it's not
the
great.
Thing is, I haven't seen anything from Liverpool that makes me think like people are still putting them in like they're definitely getting top 3. I'm like, I haven't seen anything from them so far, but I know the sample size is ultra small, but I haven't seen anything specifically from them so far in them 2 games to make me think that they are a shoo-in for Champions League, like at all. I just haven't. So and with obviously Konate out, who they've now relied on because Van Dijk's fell off a bit, like
he's injured, by the way, Kendall.
I know. It's Kaz just said.
Konate, yeah.
It's Matip time, baby.
So I think we'll be literally fine as long as we don't sit back and as long as we just literally from minute 1, like we did against Villa, just take the game to them. I think we'll be absolutely fine. Because
if
everyone's
sit back, I will not have respect for Eddie Howe.
No, I won't. If we sit back, I won't either.
But why should they shouldn't change what's worked for them, Mo? Like when you look at Man United, we went there last year and they got revenge for the Carabao, but they literally outran us. They were so physical. And I think when you look at it now, Man City and Newcastle for me are the most athletic and physical team combined, if that makes sense. So I think they can overpower Liverpool now. I'm looking at Van Dijk. He's not really the same player.
What about Arsenal? Arsenal,
Partey, Rice, Odegaard. You know what? I like Arsenal, and I feel like they've got Martinelli, Saka, they've still got Odegaard, they've still got Jesus. But I look at actually Newcastle, the team, and Man City. I think across back to front, they're the most physical, athletic teams in the league, if I'm honest with you. And I just think they could. This is a chance for them, Cass, I think, to just do Liverpool in. Like, I'm not discrediting Liverpool. I think they can score goals. But if Newcastle get out the traps quick, 4:30 on a Sunday, and they can get an early goal, because Newcastle score a lot of early goals at their stadium as well. I just think, can Liverpool really weather the storm? They struggled to weather the storm against a Chelsea team in the second half that can't score goals. Yeah. Bournemouth went 1-0 up against them in the first 20 minutes, and that was a horrific first 30 minutes for them.
But fine.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But it should, but what do you say? It should have been 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it should have been 2-0. There you go. So you're back at 1 point.
Clear touch, like it's just, from the back of the net twice, right?
Exactly. And for me, it's the right time to be playing Liverpool. I know Endo is going to come in and try and shore it up, but I think, Kendall, you don't need to go in there, do what you're good at, high energy, press them, beat them with your physicality, bully them, set pieces. I know you don't score enough, but just bully them. And like, even if you get a draw, like obviously it's okay result, but I think you'll be disappointed if you don't go in there and beat this Liverpool team, if I'm honest.
Myself and Kaz have been talking about this lack of depth in the centre-back position for Liverpool for about 2 months now. Right? We said if Van Dijk or Konate get injured, you're reverting back to Matip, who we saw in the preseason look very, very different player than the one that played last year. So I'm like, now is the time. we scream that Liverpool need a centre back plus a DM. Now it's the time. Are you going to play Gomez now to cover Trent? Are you going to play Matip to cover Trent on that side? This is it might turn into a disaster. It depends on how long he's out. KONATE, they rely so much on his physicality, to be honest.
Can I flip it on you then, Mo? So say if we all think, okay, I don't know what Kendall thinks. I don't know if she thinks they'll beat Liverpool. But if Liverpool end up beating Newcastle without obviously KONATE there, Matip's coming in, do you think we should stand up and take more note of Liverpool, like give them more credit, because we're kind of ruling them out a little bit, and obviously we know they got firepower. Do you think we need to give them more credit if they do go to Newcastle and win, because we're sort of like putting them to the side now?
See that again? I'm sorry, you were cutting out. So the last
Oh,
part.
is it back?
Yeah. The last part. The last.
Yeah. So do you think if they go to Newcastle and win, we need to give them more credit because we're ruling them out or sort of like exposing their weaknesses so easily?
Yes and no. So the reason why I say yes and no is that last year they still are the only team that beat Newcastle early in the season in St. James Park. Isn't that the 2-1 game? If I'm
the red card for Pope, yeah.
That
No,
was
no,
the
no.
We played Anfield at the beginning. At Anfield, it was
The
we played
2-1,
St
the
James's Park.
98th minute.
It was
Oh,
the
yeah,
game
Firmino.
before the Carabao Cup. We played Liverpool at St James's Park and they beat us because Nick Poch got sent off.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so maybe you're right, Ty. But I think I've seen this movie from Liverpool before. They started the season not bad. They win these games. Liverpool won against Man City last year, if you remember the 1-0 game. If I see Liverpool consistently putting performances and winning and dominating games, I will raise my hand and say, yes, you come back to where you are. The problem with Liverpool last year is that they changed the way they play, especially in the first half of the season against teams when they went to that played Man City and then they defended playing counter-attack. Liverpool should not play counter-attack. The Jurgen Klopp football does not rely on counter-attack. Yes, they score goals, but you impose your will of play. That's what I mean. So if they attack Newcastle and dominate the game, I will say, yes, you're back. Liverpool are back. Fully back. Matip, not Matip, I don't care.
But if they win playing counter-attacking football, you're going to say no?
No, I would say no.
Would you not say, okay, so Klopp doesn't normally play that football. He plays a high energy, he wants to get in your face type of football. But if they go to Newcastle, play counter-attack and win, could you not say tactical masterstroke from Klopp?
No.
Why?
Because I've seen it last year. Because he won against Man City last year, right? 1-0 at Anfield, defending at Anfield, right? I have not seen Liverpool compete when they play counter-attack in football. I've seen Liverpool compete when they dominate games. They impose their authority on the game. They are the ones who dictate where the ball is going. This is what I have so much respect for Jurgen Klopp, because he's the only one that was able to match Man City in terms of energy and the way they play. They normally, when they played Man City, when they're on top of their games about 2 years ago, they used to have half and half. You have the ball a half, I will impose my will a half. That's my point. Are we saying that Jurgen Klopp now is going to go back to like adjusting his team depending on the opposition? Have we ever seen Liverpool do that?
I don't think he will.
Thank you.
No.
I can't.
You guys complain about Ten Hag doing this. You don't win the leagues. You don't go top of the league. Arsenal last year imposing their will, imposing the way they play football every game. It doesn't matter who they play.
And
even against Man City. Yeah?
And that's what lost them the league.
No, why?
Because they came to Man United thinking they can play the way they do at Old Trafford, a team where they don't have much
Same
joy.
as Man City, Cass.
And got a bit naive. Like, this is what lost them the league. Yeah, but Pep sometimes switches up when he needs to, and he does.
Sometimes.
Maybe it's a little bit harsh in terms of personnel, but I think Jurgen Klopp doesn't like to switch things up. He's a bit arrogant, and he's got every right to be arrogant in his own way, but he's trying something new. It's not a Gengen press anymore. It's more of a technical flow type thing. Yeah. But I think now you have to go to Newcastle and respect them a little bit. You know, you have to. This is the way he's even going to Brighton. You have to go to Brighton and respect them a little bit too. You know, so it's just the way it is. Some styles beat other styles at home, and I think like if he goes out the way he's been playing, he's going to get done out. You know,
Cass, do you think Newcastle have different styles, or do you think it's full on energy, physicality, like how they play?
It's yet to be seen, or what Eddie Howe's going to do. You know, like with flying fullbacks, they got very good attacking fullbacks. And they still, I think they're still yet to get a centre back cover, which is, I think, the last missing piece before we see a proper attacking Newcastle team. Difference with them, they do sit back a little bit, but they press and run hard, as you say. I think they've only got one way of playing at this moment
Yeah,
of
I
time.
think they've got one way of playing, and it just works.
He doesn't have the tools yet to impose the way he wants to play. I kind of think of the way he played at Bournemouth. It's not actually that much different. When you deep it, it's like this time around they don't have the fullbacks to go forward yet. They just have to you have to wait for their moments to go forward. And I think within time you're going to see a bit more of a different Eddie Howe style. You know, Lewis Hall now provides bags and bags of energy.
Yeah,
Different types of players to Dan Burn getting up the field. You know, up and down. Dan Burn might be used as a good, you know, shutdown option. And I think, yeah, man, the way I look at it, it's like I think Liverpool fans would even say you have to probably play a little bit more pragmatic, unless you find yourself with a little bit more joy at the start of the game. But I think you need to. I think he needs to find an approach, Klopp, for a pragmatic approach. Maybe, I don't know, do it for about 30, 40 minutes at least. Like, let them get comfortable and break on them. Because when it's true what Liverpool fans say, they probably do have, if not, you know, top 3 best attacks in the league. Top 2 maybe. Luis Diaz, Mo Salah on the break.
To Newcastle a little bit.
Nunez, I think Nunez would be a good outfit, even, and I think maybe Gakpo
He actually scored at St James's last year. Funny enough,
I think Gakpo might be actually. I know Liverpool fans find him horrible in centre mid, but they might need his physicality in midfield this time around.
I was just debating it, funny enough, actually, with a Liverpool fan. Just said I'm jumping on here, and I was saying that if I'm Liverpool, right, and I want to see what you guys think as well. It's interesting that Cass has played Gakpo in central midfield, because what I would do, I'd go Endo, Szoboszlai, and McAllister, and I'd go Salah on the right. I'd go with Gakpo as the false 9, and the reason I'll do that is because I just think away from home, Liverpool are going to have some control of the ball when they have it. Like, they're going to need someone that can drop in, like Gakpo, who I think, instead of playing him as a midfielder, like Cass is saying, he can drop in as a midfielder, and then basically it means they've got like basically 4 midfielders in there. And then it's either Diaz or Jota on the left. I think that's the only spot for me that's open. But I would take Jota out of central, either having him on left or Diaz. I'd put Gakpo in the false 9, because we saw it work last year towards the back end. He seems to be the closest to that Firmino. And when you play away from home against these teams like Newcastle that are physical, that are going to press you and stuff, you just need the ball to stick so you can get a moment's breath. So I'm going to go with Gakpo false 9. I don't know what you lot are saying.
I think Nunez. This is a Nunez type game for me.
Dude,
I think it is. You know, if there's one thing that they'll fear is pace, and I'm not saying Gakpo's slow, but I get what you mean. The element of control midfield, so it can work either or. I think this is definitely a Nunez type game, but that means you're going to concede losing the ball a little bit and giving the other team a little bit of the ball, and that might annoy Liverpool fans. You know, because you can't drop Diaz. You cannot drop Diaz.
He's playing well. He's actually the best one, I'd probably say. Well, Jota got a goal and assist last week, I think, as well. Them two are both in form. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
My thing about that is that the last time Liverpool tried to or were forced to drop deep and play a little bit of pragmatic against Chelsea, they were still wide open. I think Chelsea, if they had a striker, and Newcastle have 2 of them, Chelsea would have won the game. Would you say not? Chelsea would have won the game if they had a striker. In my opinion, Liverpool are not set up to play pragmatic football in terms of personnel in the midfield. The forwards actually quick. Salah can play counter-attack. Nunez, as Cass says, can play very good counter-attack behind the lines. The midfield themselves, the Szoboszlai, the Gakpo, the McAllister, aren't a counter-attacking team, aren't a team that can be... They don't have a Casemiro there to organize the midfield and stay in front of the defense and just prevent the opposition from playing.
Well, we need to see what Endo can do.
You know what he's not. You know what he is going to do though. What he is going to do is non-stop running, which might actually frustrate Newcastle.
Yeah, his positioning is actually one of his main traits, and if he could just sit there like you're saying, Mo, in front of the back 4, break it up, give it.
Yeah, this is what I say. I don't even know if this is a McAllister type game as well. Like I look at McAllister when he went there with Brighton, and he got absolutely ran over differently.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he got absolutely smashed. And I look at the hard runners.
Chelsea, you said something about when he played against Chelsea, McAllister. You said that he couldn't compete against the physical, the Chelsea midfielders.
It was just the relentless pressing on him. And I don't think Caicedo played that game. I'm not too sure if he did against Newcastle.
No,
I did. But I think Endo's right. Like I just think of Liverpool, and I just think runners, and I think maybe Szoboszlai, and I might get slaughtered by what's it called, Liverpool fans here, but. You know, if he's not having a good game, I'm thinking of Curtis Jones, I'm thinking of Endo, I'm thinking of Szoboszlai, maybe even Gakpo sometimes to do that job just to match that, you know, to dismantle that press from Newcastle. If you dismantle the press with a counter press, I think you definitely are in the game against Newcastle's side. But then you kind of lack that little bit going forward, unfortunately, unless Szoboszlai gets into the game. That's the whole point of him, right? Oh, but Jones is injured. There you go then. So he's, you know, I don't know, man.
So they're like they're literally on the bare bones of their ass in terms of squad. Like they've literally got no depth at all going in with injuries and stuff, have they?
No, and you're actually right. Do you know what, Kendall? It's interesting, yeah, because Newcastle, as much as I didn't put you in our top four and nor did Cass at the start of the season, obviously you're still doing well at the moment. You lost to Man City away. Forget that. Everyone loses to Man City away. You still actually come out 1-0 respectable.
Yeah.
But the way that on your left wing, yeah, you've got Anthony Gordon that started both games. Harvey Barnes come on against Villa, done well. And then obviously last week it didn't quite work out. Who are you starting tomorrow on Sunday against Liverpool? Because I feel like Gordon, he had quite a good preseason and he played well for England in the under-21s. But Harvey Barnes, I feel like he's actually got quite a good track record against Liverpool. Who do you guys want to see? Or Newcastle fans quite balanced on it at the moment because they feel like both are putting the shift in, basically.
Yeah, I can't see Eddie Howe changing the squad. He does this this is his trait, this is his thing. He doesn't change the squad unless
when you say squad, you mean starting 11?
Sorry, starting 11, yeah. So he doesn't change the starting squad until there's an injury. So I think they'll just start with the same. So it'll just be Gordon, Isak, Almiron. What I want to see is Gordon on the right, Isak as a striker, and Barnes on the left. That's what I want to see, which I think will eventually happen. But just at the minute, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think it will eventually, but just not at the moment. Again, it'll just be Tonali, Joelinton, Bruno, and then obviously the back four, which it usually is. I can't see Lewis Hall coming in straight away for this sort of game. I can't see the squad changing. But as you say, Ty, I don't mind anyone starting it. If Gordon or Barnes starts, it really doesn't bother me either way. I'm confident in them both. I think Barnes has got more.
I wish we had that option.
I think he's got more end product Barnes, but I think Gordon does a lot of the running in terms of creativity. So it just depends. I think they're both one of the same in terms of how much they'll affect the team. So I think the fact that we can play one of them each half really, if we really wanted to. So the fact that we can do that is brilliant.
Yeah, guys, there is about over 870 of you here. Something, hit that like button for us. Get us to 200, 250 likes. If you like us, hit the like button. If you don't like us, also hit that like button so you'll get more people to not like us in the chat and hate on us in the chat. This is the bread and butter of the channel. So Fatur, big up Fatur. Friday night under the lights will be all right. Up the Chelsea.
What do you mean you'll be all right? You better be winning 4-0, but you'll be all right. Massive will be right.
If this is not a win, Fato, you are literally you're in the mud, in the absolute deep mud. Although I slyly hope Luton win because that'll be absolutely.
Oh, if they do,
hilarious.
I might drive down to Luton just for the banter if they win tonight.
I've never I listened to the Guardian podcast and these guys are they don't pick sides. But for some reason on this episode, everybody wanted Luton to win. They're like, this would be the best result we've seen. Luton Town winning again.
You know what? Do you remember that game? Do you remember that game, Mo, years ago when Celtic played Barcelona and they won
the 1-0 game. Yes.
Yeah, I just love Chelsea to have shots. Jackson missed 1-on-1, then Luton with a set piece just nick it. Oh,
that'll be hilarious to be honest.
Isn't it?
Omar, big up Omar Habibi. City and United last year said best time to play Liverpool FC and to win. Yes, I remember that. It's the best time to play Liverpool now. Well, maybe. We'll see. Listen, if Liverpool turn up tomorrow, I'll just raise my hand and say I'm wrong. Endo is a baller. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to say, to be honest. And I still think that Endo is just that. As of now, he's going to be a headless chicken running around. This is what I think is going to happen.
Wow.
This is what I think, bro. I'm not giving him until he proves me wrong.
Just quickly, is that for this game or is that him as his career at Liverpool?
At Liverpool.
Oh, so you just don't think the signing works at all? Okay, fair.
Yeah, I think it
is. No, just because I remember it. Then if he does, I could be like, Mo, do you remember when you?
I'll raise my. I say I'm wrong. I don't know. Just listen. He's not a DM. I just say that he goes forward, runs with the ball and stuff like that. They need a freaking destroyer. But anyway, Liverpool, till I die if it's out, we need to copy Arsenal's game plan at St. James Park last year. I can't even remember that game plan. What was the game plan?
Yeah, it was literally just attack. Just don't let us have an inch of the ball and just utilize the space, which is exactly well. To be fair, it was our fault because we gave Odegaard and stuff way too much space. But that's what they did, and they utilized it against us. So yeah,
Bro,
we're not
Liverpool fans.
we're not like that now. I don't think we're not as naive as that.
Yeah, Liverpool fans like complain that they signed Endo, say the underwhelming signing, but when I say it, they're like,
Oh
you hate
no, you'll
Liverpool.
not be allowed. You're not allowed
Like
to say it.
the meltdown on every Liverpool channel when they signed Endo, right? But now Endo is a baller. He's the best player in the world. It's ridiculous, bro. Yeah,
You're not allowed to say,
guys,
you're not allowed to say
try
anything
more.
against Liverpool at all. You know that. You should know that by now. You're not allowed.
Yeah, of
You're not allowed to
course.
say anything. I just try
No, we're
to
not.
avoid not talking about them unless I have to. Really, now.
You'll be the same, Newcastle fans. Once you win a couple of titles or something, you'll be the same. You won't accept any criticism of your club. No, but nobody can criticize us.
Has Kudus gone to West Ham?
Yeah, here we go. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Oh, is it done now? So our Don.
I can't believe no one else has gone in for him. To be honest, I'm really
Look,
shocked.
there's something wrong. Something wrong
Greasy.
about this.
Yeah,
He
there's
scored a
something
good
going
goal.
on.
He scored a good goal last night as well.
Here you
Where's
go. Watch,
Greasy?
watch.
I know Greasy must be
Watch.
watching this somewhere in the
Watch that.
background here.
Look at this. Look at this. I told you, bro. It just.
I want to know where.
I'm getting
Greasy's
called
in the
salty
comments.
gal in the comments. I don't know how I'm salty. Like I don't
Oh,
know what I'm.
Oh, he scored a
That's
hat
too
trick last
funny.
night. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
I saw
he's
the
got a
first
hat
goal,
trick,
guys.
yeah.
That's why, yeah, I didn't see that in the end.
My man
I
got
think
a
that's a
hat
good
trick
signing for
yesterday.
them, though. I
Nobody
think
went
that's a
for
good
him.
signing.
And he's going to play for
Right.
David Moyes. I
And
feel
don't
bad
think
for
it's
the
weird.
guy.
Do you not think
I-
that's weird? Because
I
he was
feel
linked
bad
to
for
like
the
loads
guy.
of clubs.
Do you know what? I'm actually intrigued to see where he plays because I left-footed cutting in. Obviously, Jared Bowen's got that unlock. I wonder if he's going to go into like the number 10 or false 9 role.
Told you he's in the comments. I told you he's in the comments. Greasy, look, no Elise. And now, my brother, there is no Kudus. Who's next? I thought he was going to come with a late bid, Greasy. Come on, mate. Chop, chop, chop. You got FFP next season. You got to make up some money. All right? Come on. You need some goals in
I
there.
looked more into what you sent, Cass. The thing is serious. It's not just someone reported. It's serious. This thing. They might get point deduction and transfer bans but no, it's all right. Chelsea are in good
I don't
hands.
even know where his
Todd
comment is.
Bowley
There's
is
too many
gonna-
comments.
Too many comments. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I know. I can't even keep up. I don't look. It's this whole chat's gone. Anyways, I know you didn't go in for Kudus, but Greasy was convinced that you was going to. So yes, and you didn't go in for him. You didn't go in for Elise either. New contract, West Ham.
Guys, I want you to spam the chat with the result that you think Liverpool and Newcastle will end up. Just what you think the result will be. I want to get to 1,000 people here. There's over 900 of you here.
Not even on
Hit
Friday,
the
like-
like button. Yeah, hit
We're
the
not
like
even on a
button.
third of the
alright?
likes. Guys,
And
I'm
just-
at work. I'm at work in the office and I'm doing a show for you lot on a Friday with these guys. Please smash a like, man. It costs nothing. It helps us reach the other audiences around the world. If you think Man United are going to lose, just smash a like for that. For the sake of it, I don't mind. Me and Cass can take the tears. Do you know what I'm saying? Guys, please make sure you do smash a like. Also, if you want to become a member, it's down below. We've got the silver and gold tier membership. We've got nearly over 100 members now. So big up all you guys that are there supporting us. And then tomorrow, we've got the soccer brunch show as well at 10:30 a.m. You can see next to Mo, which is our studio show. So I hope you guys can keep enjoying that every week. But yeah, get the likes up and get them comments in the scores, man.
Check this out tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning. Fantastic show from the studio. You'll see the guys live together. So Man United, though, what happens to Man United?
What do you mean, Ross? We're not even about this show.
I thought we're previewing the Premier League.
Yeah, no,
We're
not till later.
You don't want to
Not
talk
till
about.
later.
You don't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about like Man United.
Do you know what? We could talk on Luke Shaw, though.
But that's
Yeah,
the whole
what's happened
point.
there?
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Luke Shaw. Do you know what? It's a shame.
Can I yesterday on Husam's stream, I said something and Staffy said, no. I said, why not play Lisandro Martinez left back, invert
No.
next to Casemiro,
No.
and have Lindelof? Why not?
No.
See that?
I'm not doing this.
No.
No,
Why not?
It's just not happening. I don't want to answer the question. It's just not happening. Like, no.
No,
What,
it's
is
not
it
even
as
that.
bad as like when everyone was saying play McTominay a striker?
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Hang on, let me finish.
Anyways, I'm just gonna say this. He doesn't have the stamina to do it. Out wide, when he gets dragged, he gets dragged. He's not comfortable out there as much. Not against someone pacey. He'll get ripped apart. Even inverted. Sometimes you have to go defend out them areas. Lindelof can cover. Yes, don't get me wrong, but the left back always ends up back in their position. Not that. He can't be that. I'm not that I don't believe in Lindelof, but I'm happy to put Delo there. Delo originally came in anyways, and he played more games at left back than right back. You know, last season he played against Forest at left back, and he got a goal.
Yeah, he got goal as well.
I mean, no, I don't know now. In next links about Ryan Bertrand. Are you mental? I swear down.
Is that not going to tip you over the edge? Johnny Evans and Ryan Bertrand in the same.
I don't mind Johnny Evans. Yeah, I don't mind the Johnny Evans thing as a fifth, fourth choice. I don't actually care about it too much. But why, another pensioner in Ryan Bertrand? Are you mad? He's like 34 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking.
I can't.
I'm not showing my face. I cannot lie. I will not know what to do. But Malassi, anyways, it's not happening. Malassi is back in three to 4 weeks. So after international break, I'm good. The low can cover there. Don't mind. One of our youngsters. What's his name? Alvaro Fernandez filling in the bench or something to come on at times, and I'm all good. I'm all good. Yeah. If I dare see Ryan Bertrand say there's some actual links, I'm going to be
Yeah. That is not happening. That just can't happen. Someone actually messaged me saying potentially ideal. Yeah, no way. I'm done with the light skin brothers for now, man. Me on here is enough.
Johnny Evans and Ryan Bertrand on Man United squad in 2020.
Could you imagine? Nah, do you know what? It's not even that. You learn that I don't really play FIFA, but you get FIFA 24 and you've got Bertrand and Evans in your squad. Like, nah. Do you know what I mean? Forget it with a 71 rating. But yeah, do you know what? Like, I think this is a time for Dalot to play left back. He was going to come in, I think, anyway at right back for Wan-Bissaka. So now we can play him there. He's comfortable there. He could play the inverted thing as well. He's more comfortable with Wan-Bissaka on the ball, so he can go in centrally and support the midfield, which is needed right now. But the truth is, obviously, with Luke Shaw, it's just unfortunate because it's looking at 6 to 8 weeks, and then we've got to wait for him to get back up to speed a little bit and then go from there. It's just our season at the moment just seems to be getting from bad to worse. I'm not confident at the Man United.
Why do you complain? I'm sorry. Why do you complain? Chelsea have 9 injuries. Why do you complain? Chelsea have 9 injuries.
We have Nottingham Forest at home. We have Nottingham Forest at home. And look, sometimes, Kendall, the weirdest thing is you want to play them games. Like Chelsea tonight, they haven't won in the league, but Chelsea got Luton, and it's like, yeah, they've got a home game. They should win, get their points. We've got Nottingham Forest. On paper, it's like, yes, a home game, we should win, and then like it's all right. But sometimes when you're actually not confident and you're not playing well, you play a Nottingham Forest team that are going to come there, be up for it, know that we're vulnerable, and we might not win. And then me and Cass are screwing because next we've got Arsenal and Brighton, and then we haven't even beaten Nottingham Forest team. So we have to win tomorrow. It's simple as that. I don't care if it's 1-0 and it's a lone goal, but we have to win, man.
Who's going to play up top, guys? Is it Sancho, Martial, or it is Rashford?
It's Sancho, Martial, Rashford for me.
How do you think Martial's going to play?
Say that again.
Yeah,
I don't want what you want. I want what do you think Ten Hag is going to do?
Yeah, so Ten Hag is either going to do Martial down the middle and Sancho on the right or Rashford left. Or if not, he will go Sancho down the middle, Rashford left, and Pellistri could start on the right, I think.
He's not. He's going to keep Anthony. We all know it. He's keeping Anthony. No. Yeah, but
thank you, Cass. Thank you, Cass.
You just done what you think. You didn't do what Ten Hag is more than likely going to do. Ten Hag.
What is the persistence? Do you think he's just playing him there like literally too persistent, hope that it comes good one day, or is it like?
And that's it. And I think it's good. I'm not joking. Right? It's going to be Anthony, Martial. Funny enough, and then obviously Rashford. That's what it's going to be. Sancho's going to be on the bench again, and that's just. And that's it. Clearly, he doesn't favour Sancho to do the job on the right, so he's not going to go there, is he? Because he's been playing him down the middle more time, or he's just that's it. He's not going for it. He would have.
I reluctantly agree with you. I hate it.
Yeah, but you know your coach, right? He's never going to drop Anthony. You know your coach.
No, not his main signing, 80 million, 100 million up to 100 million euros or whatever. His main signing knows the system and all that. He ain't doing it. Yeah.
Would you prefer Martial, Cass, or Sancho up top in a false nine?
No, I'm probably putting Martial there. He's an actual number 9. Like, I don't want to do this gimmick stuff. I need some goals, and I know Martial's not being fit and everything, but he's better than what we've got up front. That's fit at this moment of time. And you know, he played a midweek game, got fitness there. He played a little bit on against Tottenham, and then he also played another game.
He done more than Rashford in 10 minutes than what Rashford did in 80.
If he can give me at least 70 minutes or 65, 70, and then put a Sancho on full time, which I think he's going to do. Yeah. Add an element of control and hopefully bury the game by then. That's what I feel like should be the case because Hoyland's back to next week for Arsenal. That's confirmed now. So
who's going to come in for Mason Mount? Ericsson? Just
Ericsson, and I think maybe
Ericsson or McTominay is going to be in that midfield. At home, it should be
Ericsson home, bit more control.
Yes.
And then McTominay at 60 minutes.
Do you think if that works, that could be a good for Man United? That you need to have control, man. You cannot play Mason Mount in there. You'll need Ericsson. Do you think that's a good thing? What happened?
We saw it last year, didn't we? Like for the first 4 months of the season, we saw it and it worked.
Oh,
but then
so
Ericsson's legs went out. But
Kaz is like actually losing his mind.
get me another midfielder, man.
I can't lie. Look, I don't wish injure no one, but Luke Shaw being injured is a blessing in disguise as well. He's a piece of shit, man. I'll be real. Like, I'm just gonna just call it. He's had his contract. He's paid crap in the first. He's been the worst out of the back four. Anyways, he's been passive.
I think Martinez has been crap.
No, Martin's been better than him. Like just because of the thing that went through his legs and obviously the first.
Nah,
game,
I just don't think.
Luke Shaw has not helped Martinez whatsoever. Pedro Neto gave him a nightmare. Yeah, Luke Shaw. And the second game is the reason why we conceded the first goal in the first place.
Yeah, because he doesn't engage. He never has. He never engages.
Yeah,
He doesn't. Yeah.
At least I know what I'm going to get with the low. He's going to engage a little bit more. And I know he's not the greatest defensively, but guess what? I'm going to get better build-up play. You know, inverted. He's a better inverted fullback than Luke Shaw. If you want to play this inverted thing and persist with it, at least put him there. It's a good thing. He needs to get dropped one way or another. We need to see the light with Mount not in a team. And that's about it. And go from there. Because he said today in the presser, is something gone into his bald head or something? Like, has a pebble hit his brain when he said, is the midfield's not the problem, it's the attack and defense. Don't get me wrong. The attack should be scoring the goals in the first place against Tottenham. And the defense should be conceding shit goals like that. But the midfield is so disjointed.
I think he's just trying to do that deflection. Like, he knows deep down. He's trying to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Why is every time we have a good season, to build upon, we always fucking struggle, man?
We messed up. We messed up. This summer window has been crap. The football's been crap. Ten Hag's been stubborn. Players' mentality is so weak. Like this, but the body language and the mentality of these players is soft. And I don't use that word for time, but it's ridiculous.
Me and you texted yesterday. And,
we did. Yeah,
I told you something about. I asked that to Don. Where is the threshold? This is the second season for Ten Hag. Where do you draw the line, Ty? I know it's only second game, but it's not looking great. It's not like even last year against Brentford when you lost that game, you still had a little bit of control. Where do you draw the line, Ty? When is it,
I'll be real right now,
I'm done?
Yeah, I'll come right. I'm not talking about my head. My head's not thinking about I'm done with Ten Hag. I'm watching Ten Hag 100%. I think as much as the players are at fault, he's at fault as well. We've got the Premier League fixtures now. We've got Nottingham Forest, then we've got Arsenal, international break, and then Brighton and stuff like that. From game week 7 onwards, the Man United fixtures turn more favourably, should I say, and we should be winning more games. Champions League then comes into factor as well. That's what Champions League group stages start September, end sort of December time. By Christmas, we'll be able to have a very, very good assessment of Manchester United's performances, the fitness of these players, the new signings coming in terms of Højlund, what happens in the rest of this window, and where we are in our league position. So I think giving them a fair assessment of 4 months from now, you can assess a lot of things by then. It's not. I don't want to be rash.
Games.
You know what I'm saying? Football when
it's only 2 games, but I'm going into this game and I'm not even as confident as the next man. I'll be real. It's a must-win
bro.
game.
I think we could not win tomorrow, and I wouldn't be shocked.
I can just see a draw somehow down the line. Like my enthusiasm is deflated.
Do you know what is Cass? Yeah, I don't know if you agree with me. Like Mo just said to me, when's my patience going to be sort of looking? I said Christmas, right? There'll be other Man United fans out there, Mo, and I'll be real with you. We lose tomorrow to Nottingham Forest and we lose to Arsenal and lose to Brighton. There will be people that by then I reckon the Ten Hag out. Mark my words, bro.
Maybe, but you shouldn't be losing to Brighton. By all respect to Brighton, like we should be beating them. And
but Cass, you know it, bro. You know our fan base. If we lose tomorrow and we lose, if we lose tomorrow and we lose to Arsenal and Brighton, there will be people that are Ten Hag out.
I refuse to believe to lose an attack at home. By the way, where we haven't lost in over a year now. I think nearly a year. Because I think we lost that Brighton. No, I think it's been over a year now. Yeah, since we lost that in the Premier League. I refuse to believe that attack of Brennan Johnson, Elanga, or Dennis is going to power me. The only thing
I'm more worried about one year and Gibbs White.
This is the only part I'm looking
at. Don't think like Elanga might have like a little chip on his shoulder though. You know what I mean?
It's quite a Winnie thing, but then again, I look at their midfield, and that's one part where it gives me a little bit of a breather. Yates, and who's the other geezer? I don't even know who the other geezer is.
Wait, Cass has gone like a robot.
Yeah, the mic.
I thought it was me.
Something happened to the mic.
I thought it was me. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the mic.
Cass is coming like Voldemort and everything there. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but is it better now? It's not.
No. It's static. A lot of static when you talk. Something
It
happened.
sounds
they're
like
not-
he's
they're
talking.
not-
It
they're
sounds
not-
like he was
they're not-
talking. You know, as a kid when the fan was going, you've spoken to a fan.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
Do you want honesty, Ty? If
Yeah,
you
go
win
on.
against Forest, but then after that you have 3 games:
Mhm.
Arsenal, Brighton, and then Burnley.
Burnley, that's
If I
it.
don't see a style of football in these 3 games, I will
Isabel.
understand Man United fans. Yeah, good.
But
enough.
you're not going
I
to see
will
a style of
understand-
football, Mo.
But okay, so what's the whole point then of Ten Hag then? I'm sorry, Ty. What's the whole point? Can you,
Well,
can you explain to me what's the whole point of the whole thing?
It's
Ten
not.
Hag,
Okay. I get your-
defeat. Like, what's the whole point of this?
You know, I get it. Right. I hear you. I just don't think if we're seeing the football in the first 2 or 3 games now, and also we're struggling to see the football, and he's been here over a year. I don't know why. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I don't know why you're saying if we don't see a style of football in the next 3 games, then it's done, because we haven't seen a style of football really since pre-season of last year. So why do I expect to see a style of football now in the next 3 games? What's going to change? You tell me what's going to change in the next 3 games that we should all of a sudden see a style of play. Ericsson's going to come back in, so we might see more control like we did last year. But I don't all of a sudden in the next 3 games expect us to see a style of play. Do you get my logic?
Why do you think he hasn't like got a style like? Because
Okay.
obviously pre-season
Because our
last
players are shit.
season. Oh, that was
Overrated.
going to be
Yeah.
my question. Do you think it's him reverting, or do you think it's because he hasn't got
Yeah,
the
do you know what?
personnel to
I
fit
said it
what
on
he wants to
Rance's
play?
show yesterday. Actually, it's a mix. It's a mix of both. I don't think the players are good enough. However, the defense is that Ten Hag is actually signing some of these players. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
signing some of these players, then they should be good enough. My point is that the first Ten Hag team that we saw Ajax playing here, that sort of control in football. I'm not gonna say it's pure possession, but more control on the ball. He's now coming to the Premier League. Like Pep found out when he came 3rd or 4th, he relied on he got more physical players in, but he did make changes. But the difference between Ten Hag and Pep was Pep said, I'm going to stick with the football I want to play, and I'm going to get players in to play that. Ten Hag's now saying we want to be a transition team and stuff like that. I feel like Ten Hag's not actually playing deep down the football he wants to play. So I said to Ranson, man, he's basically kind of learning on the job to play a different style of football because he's never really done that before. So he's trying to adapt a new approach to this new team, and the players are not quite fit enough, or like they don't fit the system enough to do it. They're not good enough. So we're basically like a bit of a car crash right now because Ten Hag wants to change the style of play, getting new players in, and our players are not good enough. Like if you gave me,
please, once you're done. Why?
Yeah,
you see your go finish, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So basically, in short, when you look at our squad, you lot, if someone offered me 30 to 80 million pounds for players in our squad, I'm basically not gonna say no to hardly any of them. There's probably about 5 or 6 I'd maximum keep. It just shows that our team is actually not good enough either.
So are you right with the fact that he changes the style of play? The
No.
reason why I'm saying that. Okay, so that's the whole point. Because Jurgen Klopp, when he came with the Ricky Lamberts and all the shitty players he had, we saw what he wanted to do from the first game, and we talked about this before. Jurgen Klopp, the same. Even Eddie Howe with Newcastle.
Yep.
High energy. I'm going to try to press. I'm going to play from the sides, crosses, spam crosses, get people inside the 18. Even Arteta tried to do it with garbage players.
Yeah.
The problem is that I want to see that from money. I told you pre-season last year, I told you, I see the style of play. The players are there.
Yeah,
the
you did. I was almost shooting with you loads. Yeah, he did.
I told you the shit players. I see that they are not performing well, but I see what he's trying to do. Now he's going back to okay. You know what? I'm gonna play every game by itself. I don't think that wins you titles. Not in the current era. It can win you back in the days.
The difference is the last we still had players that played for Fergie in the squad last year, from Mourinho's era, from LVG's era, from Ollie's era. That's the difference. It's all.
Do you think you'll see like a change of tactics, like in Europe, like in Champions League, because it's like, oh, sorry.
I'll carry on.
Okay, yeah. Wait, what happened?
No, continue. Continue.
He's doing his fussy thing while someone talks over him. I said, do you think you'll see like a different style of play in Europe? Because obviously it's not as physical as the Premier League. You're coming up against different teams who can be dominated, or like you can play possession-based football. Do you think he'll change it in Europe, or he'll just stick to what he knows?
Would Eddie Howe change it when you guys go to Europe? No, it's worked for him. I think Ten Hag's going to carry on doing whatever he's planning. He's Kendall of Ominous. I think if he starts changing it too much, then it just basically gives the players the wrong message. But I think what Mo said, am I happy with it that he's changing his way? No, I'd rather be going out there if we're losing or drawing games every week, but I can see what we're trying to play, the football we're playing, the patterns. I wake up every day, go to every game, and I know what we're going to play. I'm more than happy to see that. So the fact that he has changed it, Mo, and we don't have a style now and it's looking worse, no, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Ten Hag. I wanted him, but I can watch him, and I am watching him now. I'm not happy with this, man.
I was alluding to too many different players from too many different things. So when you put in one player like a Maguire or something, instantly your system changes because you can't play the high line, you can't do whatever you want. He brings a Malaska, he's inverted fullback. Let's be honest, Luke Shaw is not a Ten Hag player. He's actually overrated. And yes, I like what Luke Shaw brings, but he kind of gives me Kieran Tierney vibe. Just don't suit what we want in total. And he's been here for too long, and yet he still gets. I don't get me wrong, I'll gas it up when players play well like Luke Shaw and I will do it. But ultimately, he's not good enough. Wan-Bissaka shouldn't be at the club, really, but as a second option, he should be. The low should, I think, is more suited to it. Varane, the drop-off from Varane or any centre-back is tremendous. I think Lindelof probably suits it more than Varane does in the system. When I think of Casemiro, there's no one to cover there yet. And I look at, I'm just comparing to Ajax teams, and then I look up front and what's in and around. Rashford, like, I think he can make it work with him 100%. We ain't seen him with no striker yet that he likes because he's either always injured in the hospital or, he's had to make do with what he's got. So we'll see what he got with Højlund.
That's a big factor, Kath. I agree with you. Striker. He hasn't had a striker for a year.
His signings, the only ones I would question is a bit of a Mason Mount one. And obviously now Antony's a failed one. Let's be honest, Antony's a failure. Now he has to deal with the Sanchos. How does he get the best out of him and some other players? So how can he implement a style? Like, I do actually like his signings. I just think Antony's a failed one. Mason Mount's an unknown entity yet until we see him in a system that actually ticks a little bit. So I'll let him wait and I'll probably judge Mount at this moment of time. I don't think he's a starting centre mid anyways. So I'll wait on that part. He wants to try to play progressive, nice football, positional football. It's different from when you just tell your players to go run hard and be fit for most of the game, So either you play your rock and roll, Gengen press kind of type thing because it's easier to do, or you're going to try and actually implement a style which actually relies on a system that it includes positional play. A lot of these players have failed under each manager time and time again, but how can you always point a finger? Don't get me wrong, like, how can you go get Sancho but have a Maguire in the same window from Oli? It makes no sense. No sense. But yet you want to play a highline of free-flowing football. Oli Ball, he's just obviously clearly didn't have the team, or you could say even the coaches, to properly do it. And now those two coaches that Man United fans thought that was garbage are doing well in the Championship. Kieran McKenna's top of the league, got them promoted. Middlesbrough nearly got promoted. And I'm sure they're going to be up there again. So that's the issue, and it just always comes from the board all the way down.
How many? So if you think, Cass,
coach, he's just sometimes needs to be less stubborn.
He signed 8 or 9 players, yeah, and I know that Eriksen's like a squad player, but he ended up starting last year. Melassie's a squad player as well, so say like 6 or 7. Obviously, Højlund coming back, which I agree with you on the fact that he hasn't had a striker for like over a year. Let's see what he can do when he has a striker. But do you not think like with 8 players they signed, right, we should start seeing a style of play this season? Definitely, because he signed 8 of his players. Or do you think another window, or do you think it's one more window he needs to get starters in instead of squad players?
Well, everything was late last year. Eriksen was definitely no first choice kind of player.
Yeah, I agree.
None of them were. I think Malacia was. And even that was we had to nick them off. We had to nick him off Lyon, and he was never, I think he will end up thriving a little bit. I don't think he's it though, and
because you wanted Frankie de Jong, didn't you?
Yeah, we wanted Frankie. Clearly, we wanted Frankie. Didn't get him. So, what's the other options? That's down. That's what it is, man.
I'm willing to give it time. I'm with Casmo, man. I'm with the patient side of things. Let's see if we can get it right. This is what managers are paid for. This is his biggest sort of challenge at the moment in terms of him being a manager, because last year was a success. Let's not just get on to him straight away and start how people are saying Ten Hag out already and that. Like, just chill and let's see what we can do. I still have faith that we can beat Nottingham Forest. I'm not overly confident, like Cass said, but we can get this up and running and get back on track. And just quickly to answer the question, by the way, Martin, I know you keep spamming it. I'm Garnacho over Antony. If I had to pick, I pick Garnacho over Antony. However, both should not be starting. Garnacho's not ready, but he has more of the attributes to shine over Antony. And I'm sure Cass will probably think the same.
If we don't get Amrabat, I swear down I'm going to be fuming as well, man. And that's not down to Ten Hag either. And we'll see something soon, man. But
he's waiting, man. He's waiting.
This might be the worst before he gets better a year later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, facts. Anyone think Nottingham Forest could do the shock? We all going United win then?
I'll go United win because he's at home.
Yeah, same. I'll go United win 2-1.
I don't think it'll be like I was going to say I don't think it'll be like an obvious like 3-0 or anything like that. But yeah, I think it'll be. I think Man United will win.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it should be. And if it isn't, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an uproar. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Let's not even get into that. Boy.
Yeah, and that's that. What are we saying for Chelsea later? They've actually got 9 injuries in total. They got more than us.
Yeah. 3-0 Chelsea. Jackson gets 2. Might be 4-0.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, Don, I will be requesting you very late if you drop points. I told you last night, so be prepared. Be prepared, please. Nobody else is around. There's no Lewis. There's no Abs. There's no Matisse. There's no one. Don, I know you're listening while you're doing your work, right? Make sure you're available. I'm just saying. And if you do win, it's expected we won't need you after that. But we need the tears. We need the tears. Imagine if they don't win. Now, can we actually hypothetically say if Chelsea don't win, how long are we giving Pochettino before they turn on him? Now, be honest. How long are we giving him before they turn on him?
I don't know, because they do this whole long-term project thing, don't they? They did it with Graham Potter and stuff, and then he ended up going in the end. So, Christmas.
Don said yesterday, I saw a style of play and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, Graham Potter, when he joined, people said patience, and just a guy got sacked. Patience with Pochettino. And then the guy just woke up one day and he just sacked.
Oh, when I look back,
Pochettino.
how bad was Graham Potter at Chelsea? Like, that is actually horrendous when I think about it. Like,
It's one of
that
the
was
worst.
just
It's one of the
that was just
worst 10 years
a
of
terrible period.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was horrendous. Yeah. I think that the thing about it is different from the Lampard part, because the Lampard part, when he joined, you knew what was gonna happen. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It was just a joke period. They just wanted this season to be over. But that's it. But the Graham Potter thing, my problem with it was always, we'll see him next game. The style is coming next game. You know, every game is like the next game. And then it never happened. It never happened.
At least Chelsea kept some goals down to a minimum. They're conceding goals right now.
They have a style, to be honest. They have a style.
Like the same ones like Don saying, the spicy olive ball and all this kind of stuff. But I'm not seeing much of a difference between Graham Potter ball and Pochettino ball. I'll be real. Your midfield's cooking. Like Graham Potter, to be fair, the midfield was doing everything. You couldn't finish. Your defense is solid. You just couldn't finish. I like it. That's what I don't see no difference right now. Like, and it is early days. It's the same situation. You got a new striker, a new dawn, new day, can't score. So exactly. And I'm just looking. Imagine he goes for a back 5 again against Luton to just fit in Thiago Silva. Can you imagine? Now he's saying Lavia's not even ready for another 3 weeks. I'm just saying, if they win by 1 or 2, if they win 1 or 2 by 2 goals, right? Only that's a flop. That's a flop.
The thing with Chelsea fans, they're making me laugh because they're like, oh, Nicholas Jackson, he's like unbelievable, like what a striker, he's going to score loads of goals. And then on the other hand, they're saying, oh, we need a striker, we need another striker, we need number 9. I'm like, well, which one is it? Like, is Nicholas Jackson going to be like really, really good, or do you need another striker? Like, I don't.
You better score a hat-trick tonight.
Which one is it, man?
That means he's in captain's FPL.
To be honest, Jackson is a good player, right? Like,
yeah, he is.
Jackson, like for me, I look at Jackson, he looks better than Havertz already. To be honest, the way he moves with the ball, the touch, the link-up play, the passing. I'm just have to be honest, right? My problem with Chelsea fans is that, for example, they keep telling me Mudryk is gonna come good. Okay, so every time I'm watching the guy, his touch is like someone needs to teach the guy how to pass the ball and shoot the ball first. A professional player, seriously, like he lacks basic stuff. Jackson is good. Caicedo, we know is gonna be great. We know that Enzo is a very, very good player. We know that if Raheem Sterling in the right system, he will cook. He will actually do great things. We know that Levi could. Like, they have a good team. And Pochettino isn't bad. I know that we talk shit and all the stuff, but he's a good coach. Chelsea will be okay. Chelsea will be good. This is the reality, the honesty, right? Do they need more signing? Yes. Their owner is going to spend more money. He's going to spend more money. You know what's going to happen. You read the thing that Cass sent. It's basically they're going to sign, as they did before, they're going to sign players again in January, get the transfer ban, accept it, but live with the squad they have for a year or something, or a year and a half.
I'm just saying, man, they spent like 964 million on potential. The only one player that they bought that is pretty much not is Nkunku. Everything else is potential. Everything.
No, Enzo's not potential, is he?
I mean, what?
Well, Enzo was playing Champions League before he comes to them.
Whatever, mate. It's all potential, mate. It's all potential. But we'll see anyways, man. If we're talking on the game, they better win by 4 goals minimum.
4 goals minimum. Is that your threshold?
4 goals minimum. And all I want to see is a Ross Barkley 1-0. 94th minute. Why not?
Oh, that'll be joyous. Absolutely joyous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sterling.
Sorry, Chelsea fans in the
Sterling
chat.
too.
But
Does he even play? Ross Barkley.
I don't know if he's fit yet.
I haven't even seen him play football yet. I haven't
hope
watched
so.
a game of theirs this
I
season
hope
yet.
so. Potter at Chelsea was a Black Mirror episode. I can imagine it as well, man. Alternative universe. Boy, man. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think we can wrap it up there.
Yeah. But people hit that like button for us. Go ahead. Someone want to plug in something?
Oh yeah. There is something. Mont's crying over Mo Salah. Does anyone want to see it?
Was he actually crying?
Yeah, of course he was. Let me upload it. I'm gonna get it for Mont right here. So I'll put his link in there as well, so people can go watch him cry over Mo Salah. And but I'm overreactionary.
I don't care anymore. It's pissing me off. Honestly, it's just pissing me off. Just end the window, Dave. Just end the window, close it, shut it. DEFCON 5 is done. I'm tired of this. Salah being linked away, taking all this time to get a DM. Just Caicedo, Lavia. I'm tired. I am tired. Oh man.
Go, man. It's linked in the pin. If you want to watch him go cry at the end of the window, then there you go, man. It's in the pin. You can see it in the chat. But go watch that, and we'll see you tonight at 10.